All right. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Racers News Network Live. We are back for it feels like the first time in like 6 months.
Hmm.
But life has gotten in the way a little bit for the both of us, so we had to kind of spread things out a little bit. But that's kind of like life in the fast lane. But I mean, we're in the preseason up here in the Northeast, so that's kind of all right. So
We've been watching some pretty cool racing on TV. We got to
yeah,
see a lot of our buddies compete in Division Two. Yeah, it's going to be here very quick.
absolutely. So, well, I wanted to have a little fun at your expense. Shocking, I know. So, as you probably know, one of the heavy hitters of Division One Super Street Racing is taking the season off.
Yeah,
So that means Pete might actually go to some more races this year.
yeah, exactly.
But our good friend Taylor Nobile and her husband uh, Nick Vincent and their little girl Riley are going to be big sister and parents again. So congratulations to Taylor and Vincent.
To them,
Yeah. So what's happening, pal?
nothing. Just seems like I got a ton of stuff going on and not enough hours in the day to do it. But better than sitting around being bored all the time, right?
Very true. I go back to work tomorrow. I've been sitting around for 2 weeks being bored watching TV.
Yep.
So, um, now we talked earlier. You got something you're working on with BJ Masiello for this summer at Lebanon Valley. You want to touch on that a little bit?
So the meeting we had tonight actually had nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
The meeting tonight was more of a uh, school teachers getting together, people involved in the automotive industry, just to kind of form a group and talk about how we could make our jobs better and more efficient. And um, yeah, I mean, that's basically it. BJ teaches in Stratford, and his boss, she came on, and she's basically the one who hosted the meeting and just talked to us, try and it's the first meeting that we've ever had, first of hopefully a bunch more. And basically just how we could all collaborate and make the whole system more efficient and educational.
Now, I know up here there's going to be tons of program cuts. Are you
Yep.
guys feeling any of that pinch down there yet?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, they're not gonna. I mean, I'm one of 18 state schools. Now, that's not counting all the town schools and regionals and all that other stuff. For example, my school and BJ's school are not connected in any way, except for the fact that we teach automotive. But
Gotcha.
just in the one school that I teach in, one of 18, we have over 1,000 applicants a year, and we take 250. So
Well,
they're not going to make a lot of cuts to something that's in such high demand as far as the state stuff goes. So I mean, we're lucky in that respect. Now, I don't know, someone like BJ's school. I don't know if they recruit. If it's like a regular public high school and his class is just an elective, that was something I'd like to talk to him a little further about. But as far as our school goes, my train of thought is that we're in such high demand that I don't know if they could justify making cuts to something that is as popular as it is.
gotcha. Now, when you say, because we don't have that up here, ours is like the school my son went to, Concord High, it's also, it's the high school
Sure.
and it's also the regional vocational technical
Yep.
school. It's you guys are just strictly like the tech side of stuff, the
That's
the
correct.
the specialty stuff.
So what we do is we have 182 days a year. So 91 days a year, they're in strictly academics. And then the other 91 days, they're strictly in whatever shop they pick. My particular school has 13 shops to pick from.
Cool.
But then we also have local high schools that if you apply for our school and you don't get accepted, or if you want no part of our school, you go to your local high school. And the town that I teach in, I shouldn't say town, I should say city, that I teach in has three high schools on top of us.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty big district.
Wow. That is very cool. Now for those of you that are wondering where Wayne is, he is running a little late. He had some stuff come up that he had to tend to. He seems to think that he will make it here before the end of our evening, so before 8:15. Um, but there's so much stuff going on, if we end up having to reschedule with him, we'll probably do it tomorrow night. Because
Yeah,
that's
well, oh,
convenient
don't
for
for
him.
tomorrow I bowl.
Oh,
So
tomorrow you
Thursday
bowl. All
night,
right.
if you
We'll
can.
pick it. We'll if Wayne can't come, we will make it work.
Figure it out, right?
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yep.
So did you get a chance to catch any of the Gators?
Yes. Yeah, I did. So obviously the big talk was Proc not qualifying, which granted it's the first race of the year and it's the Gators, but um I think more often than not, they barely have a 16 car field anyway. But like I said, the fact that it's the Gators in the first race of the year, I don't know exactly how many cars were there. I want to say 17 or 18. Maybe a couple more than that. But yeah, he
Real
just
cards? Yeah.
he couldn't. I get the frustration. He did make a comment that I thought was borderline crybaby-ish. Again, heat of the moment. Would I have done anything better? No, probably not. But complaining about the cleanup that NHRA did on the last pass and how he instantly blew the tires off. The only thing that I thought was hysterical was that two passes later, Beckman lined up in the same spot. Off to the right of center a little bit because of a previous oil down. And he was not in the show and he qualified either eighth or ninth. So it was just kind of like, he made a comment and then someone went up there literally right after him and went right down Broadway and in the heat of the day was in the middle of the pack.
Right.
But he had a frustrating weekend. Obviously, you don't just qualify on one pass. So there were three other passes that he had issues with, but it's part of the game, right?
Yep, it is all part of the fun. They did have a little bit of rain at the Baby Gators.
Yep. Which was this past weekend, correct?
Correct. Yeah, because I thought for some reason I had it in my head that on occasion it's the Baby Gators first.
Always. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first year that it wasn't. Someone could correct me on that if I'm wrong. But the baby Gators, as far as I know, were always before the Gators.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, sorry, bear with me for just one moment.
You're good.
So how's the car doing? Is it getting anywhere close to ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, not as quick as I want it to be, but we're getting there. It's the
Nice.
problem is we've been so busy at school that, normally we'll do our theory portion, then we'll do our production portion, and then we have an hour or so left over at the end of the day where I could grab a couple of kids and we'll play around with it. We've been so flat out busy this year that I haven't even been able to look in the direction of it. I haven't been able to do any YouTube videos. I mean, it's been crazy.
That's how I know you've been busy, because I know how much starting that YouTube channel meant to
Yeah.
you and to your kids.
The last video that I've done was the one I did for my dad.
Yeah.
Haven't done a video since, and it's only because I've just been that crazy busy. We had some turnover at my shop. I wound up losing one head mechanic, hiring two. It's been nuts. It's been crazy.
Oh, busy is not a bad thing,
No,
at your
no,
garage.
definitely not.
Couple comments on the Votech stuff. Lenny Loddick, excuse me. I went to Votech for welding 1 week at Votech, then next week homeschool. I think it was the best option, as schools now do half day each.
Nice.
And BJ said that his school is a public school and it's an elective, but lucky to be supported by his board of education.
Yep.
So we have GLOT for IHRA coming up this weekend. You expecting big things from the first full year of IHRA Pro Am National 47 classes to go?
Big things. Crazy car counts? No. Uh, People that are happy? Yeah, probably. Um, it's If you're playing devil's advocate, the less people you have there, the easier it is to make them all happy. I mean, it's like if you only have 15 cars in a class and you're pissing people off, you're probably doing something wrong. Uh, that being said, if an IHRA race was close to me, I definitely would not jump ship and do only IHRA, but I wouldn't mind attending one or two of their races just to see what it's all about.
That's true. Yeah, no, but Lenny, if you're still listening, you're running Mountain Motor this weekend, if I remember looking at the list correctly. So we'll see if he answers. Sue Bell says hi. Hi, Sue. Hope
Hey, so
everything's going well. So now back on the kind of the IHRA deal again. Obviously, the big to do over the past few weeks was the fact that they had a little turnover in upper management. As a competitor, give me your point of view when you look at it and go, all right, that guy's been there. I don't even remember how long it was. Let's just call it 6 months.
right.
And
I mean, do you look at the glass as half empty or half full? If you look at the glass is half empty, it's, oh my God, what are they doing? The guy must be a prick to work for. He can't keep anybody in there. If the glass is half full, the guy's fussy. He wants what's best for his racers, and he puts up with very little before he feels the need to turn something over and get someone else in. I have no idea. Uh,
right,
that's that's so far above my pay grade, and I actually hate saying that, but it's just I have no idea what goes on behind the green curtain. Um, who knows? Is the guy a nightmare to work for? Is it a demanding job? Did the guy that just get let go completely suck? Oh, who, who knows? You're right. You just don't know.
right. Yeah, because I was running through the list of people on the IHRA website of like who is in charge of what. And I saw a name that's familiar to all of us up here, Marty Reinhardt Jr.
Yep.
And so I reached out to him, and said, "Hey, would you be interested in coming on and just giving us some info on IHRA? We don't want to get into the politics of it.
Right. Right.
All we want to know is, like what is it that you're doing? What do you do on race day? What are your
Yeah.
race day responsibilities? Things of that nature."
Sure.
So he has agreed, and we're gonna
No
work
kidding.
out.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we're gonna work out a date in the next probably month.
One thing, I mean, again, I don't like getting into the politics of who did what and why, but Marty not being involved in some facet of drag racing should be a federal crime.
Right.
Uh, the fact that he landed somewhere, and honestly, I don't care where it is. IHRA, NHRA, PDRA, I don't care. As long as that guy is doing something with drag racing, that's a good thing, because you want to talk about an ambassador for the sport. It's definitely him.
Yeah, he's a hell of a nice guy.
Yeah, I put in my opinion, he's right up there with Lewis Bloom. Um, Glenn, or I want to call him Glenn Fry. Is it Glenn Fry? What's his name? Bob Fry. Thank you.
Bob Fry.
Bob Fry took me a minute.
You're at a 50% right.
Glenn Fry. He was good too. There's when you think about, and it's kind of like when you think about NHRA starters, right? Buster Couch comes right to mind. Lyle. I'm losing his name too, but you guys know who I'm talking about. Certain names just come to mind, and when I think about drag racing announcers, it's like attention in the pits. It's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, yeah, like the Alan Reinhardts of the universe.
Right, right.
And luckily, we got to see Alan Reinhardt land back in the announcing booth.
Yep.
Going to be working with a bunch of other people for IHRA, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah, without a doubt.
So, let's see. Jamie Diamond says to say hello. What's up, Jamie? Good
Jamie,
evening, everyone, from Rick Rawlinson. How you doing, Rick? So
look at this guy.
look who's popping in. Hopefully it's got
7:23. I'm gonna call that fashionably late.
eh? He's
We
probably
got
going like 90 miles an hour down the New York
yeah,
Thruway.
I know, right? While Wayne is on or attempting to get on,
Uh,
maybe you could look up some results for the Gators.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can
What's
hear you
up there,
now.
Wayno?
All right, well, I'm still up in New York. I had a board meeting I had to rush up here for today, so I'm sorry that I
No
was not on
worries.
time. That is not like me. Uh, don't take that out on me too much. So,
We
what I missed from you
actually
guys?
we just decided that you are now fashionably late, so that's good.
Yeah.
God, I don't know last time I was called late. That's kind of scary.
Well, that's why I put fashionably in front of it so it doesn't sting quite as bad.
Good, good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
In all fairness, we didn't think you were going to be on till 7:30, so technically you're 6 minutes early.
Oh, okay. So there we
How's
go.
that?
Yeah.
You know my motto:
So,
if you're
what's
early
happening, pal?
if you're early to start, you're on time. If you're on
That's right.
time, you're late.
Yep.
So
If you're on time, you're late.
Yep.
You must have known my mother because she said the same thing.
Yep.
15 minutes is early, 15 minutes is also late at the same time.
That's right.
Correct. Yeah. Yep.
So how you doing, Wayne?
Things are going okay, I guess.
Nice.
It's
I like it.
It's a little cold up here in New York tonight. It's 28 degrees. I can't wait to head back into Connecticut where it's hopefully in the 30s or something like that.
Yeah, right. For the heat wave.
Yeah, the heat wave. There we go.
How
It's
far
funny,
are you from home?
I am literally still at the racetrack. I'm sitting right in front of the tower.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't want to get on the road and lose signal or anything like that. And so I figured I just chill out and make the phone call now.
Nice,
Cool.
nice. We appreciate you.
Yep.
Well, you got some things to talk about, so let's talk about them so that we can get you on the road and get you home.
All right. Well, if anybody missed the banquet this weekend, you missed a great time. The food was great. The conversation was great. The awards went very smoothly. We were done doing the awards, and we're enjoying the rest of the night by 9:30 on Saturday night.
Nice.
Everything went really good. We had a couple guests. We had Mark Dawson there from Division One. Bill Masiello was there, racers from Christ. So we had some welcome guests there, which is always good to see new faces. And it's good to see Mark come on out to a local track banquet, which is much appreciated. You don't see that too often. So it's good that Mark came out. And Mark's actually, this is kind of, I hate to say it, but this is kind of like his home track because he's based right out of Connecticut. That's where he lives now. So
Okay.
he's a stone throw away from here. So glad he came out. We had a couple, I think the biggest thing awards we had was we honored two of our employees this past Saturday night, Tommy Wager and Jack Longley, for their time and dedication for being at Lebanon. Between the both of them, they're in for over 90 years total.
Wow.
So that's
I
quite
mean,
a few. I mean,
I remember both of them when I started racing.
yeah, I mean, there's a couple of people pushing it. Denise Loban's getting up there. She's been here. God, I think Denise has been here, got to be pushing 40 years. She's probably going to kill me if I said that out loud. But and Sue Bell's been here for, as long as I can remember too. Sue's been here since I'm going to say early to mid 80s also too. So
Wow.
there's a lot of employees who've been here for a long time. But I wanted to honor those two who just kind of stuck out in my mind. I've been here a long time, and they really don't see the limelight of anything too much. So it's good to recognize them for that.
Awesome. Good job.
Very cool.
Moving into the 2026 season, you got to pardon me, I don't have any of my notes with me. I kind of flew on a dime at 4:30 to get up here for a 6:00 meeting. Obviously, you got to thank all the sponsors that help Lebanon Valley going, whether it's a major track sponsor or it's our weekly events programs, which they contribute a lot of money for the guarantee payouts, which is awesome. You got to put a big shout out to them too. Some of the big noted races, we are having our first race of the year is by LaPointe Automotive, which was owned by Pete Bushnell, who passed away this past fall. That as right now is a guarantee to win 5,000 in super, 5,000 in pro. We are still looking for more sponsorships for that race. The more money that is brought in sponsorship will be given out in prize money. So anybody looking to help sponsor that race, you are more than welcome. Just reach out to me. If you don't have my cell, Wayne@LebanonValley.com is always the best way to get a hold of me. So that's going to kick off the season with another great, I believe we got 13 points races this year. The 8th mile Porta-Tree races, we have 13 of them also, I believe. Top Sports and Top Dragster, we have 7 or 8 of those races going on this year. So there's something for everybody to do here. And that's good. The biggest change to our points program this year is going to be in super and in pro. You will advance into second round with a buyback. You will not get points. So instead of running a buyback round, all the runner-ups from first round will be called to the lanes, and then we'll call everybody left in round 2. So all the runner-ups will pay their buyback money. They're in round 2, and they will race all each other first. And then we'll weed back into a normal, everybody come to lanes, come third round. So that's going to help the racers who felt they were getting jaded by us going to one time shot on a Sunday, and they go down the track for a time shot, and they feel they can't win every weekend or get past, so they get upset that, I'm only going to get 2 runs down the track. Well, now here's your opportunity to get more runs and still earn the money. Yes, you're not going to get the points, but you're still going to be able to run for the day. So that's
Now they
in
won't
pro
get
and
points for the rest of the event, correct?
correct. Yep. Once you lose, you're done with points.
And
On-
that's actually something that I've always we've talked about buybacks and stuff on the show before, and my opinion has always been you should be able to run for the money, but you should not be able to run for points.
correct.
And when you said that's kind of cool that you said that, because I just if there's something to be said about winning first round and you keep on going and you get that points total,
Yeah.
buying back, in my opinion, you shouldn't be able to earn points.
No. And there's some mixed reviews on it still. You get guys who say, "Oh, I just won first round, and now the guy that took me out can take me out again."
Right.
It's not fair. Well, you know what? I'm sorry, life's not fair.
Yeah, right.
And the way programs are struggling these days, you do everything you can to try to advance in your facility to make it better, and everybody gets a fair handshake at it. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out for juniors and motorcycles simply because they're on ladders. They
Right.
qualify, and we don't want to get into requalifying and redrawing ladders. That's just so we're going to go with these two programs this year, see how that works out, which I think will work out very well.
And it
So we're gonna try
puts
that.
more money in everybody's hand too.
Correct.
Right.
Or opportunity to put more money in their hands.
Right. Right.
So all that money does not go back into the payout.
No, but some of it
Right.
does, I assume.
At this point, we haven't decided what we're going to do with it. It's if you look at buybacks, whatever it is, I mean, now you're adding a little bit more time to the day.
Right.
Payroll's over $300 an hour just to start.
Yeah, well, I mean, the other thing to
So-
keep in mind too is even if it puts more money solely back into the track, it's still going towards something that everybody loves.
Correct. And
Right.
we really, we tried to keep the pricing the same as we've been. There's been a few increases. Wednesday nights have gone up to a straight $30.
Yeah.
Just that program was really starting to hurt. And you can't run a Wednesday night or any day and break even. We're not here to break even. I don't care what anybody says. And if they think that I'm wrong, you should go get your own business. No one's in the business to break even. We are
Yep.
here to make money. And
Exactly.
if it's selfish of me, so what? But I'm not going to lie. Everybody's out to make money in the world. Nobody goes to work for free. Nobody goes in, tells their
No,
boss, "Hey,
right.
I'm going to come in 30 minutes early because I want to help you out and you don't have to pay me." That's not the way life works. So
No.
it's
No
what
one
it is.
no one has the intentions of going to work to pay for their gas and car insurance for the trip there and back and not make any money. So
Correct. So we're hoping that's going to, boost up, maybe the points program a little bit and just get more people interested in coming here. Besides that, our most of our programs they're pretty much cut in stone. Once you get a good program scheduled together, you kind of stay with it.
Yep.
What works, and what doesn't work, you get rid of. You try a couple new things. This year we do have probably one of the highest paying import races is going to be happening at Lebanon Valley this year. It's called Wild in the Valley. Huge payouts for import or front wheel drive, rear wheel drive cars. I shouldn't say import because that's not true anymore. It's front wheel, power adders, rear wheel drive. So that's a big plus coming up for that. We actually have 3 import races this year that are going to be paying out pretty good. So we're hoping that expands our horizons a little bit. Obviously we already talked about the
full weekend deals or just one day.
2 of them are Friday night qualifying with Saturday racing. And then the last one is a Sunday race only. Correct.
Sure.
Yep. We've already talked about the bracket finals. We are hosting the bracket finals this year at Lebanon Valley Dragway. And we also took on the junior dragster bracket final race because simply when it kind of got dumped by Maple Grove at kind of late in the season, everybody had their schedules and we took it on. We gave up a pretty big weekend ourselves to take that event on. And it's maybe not everybody's cup of tea to have the bracket finals back with big cars and juniors, but it's what's going to work in the best interest of Division I for this year. we're going to reevaluate that. All the track managers, probably right after the bracket finals, we'll sit down and talk about it while it's fresh in our heads, kind of what worked, what didn't work. You know, maybe that's going to be the new thing. I don't know. The date is it's a little rough, having the bracket finals that early, but it also keeps from the kids being pulled out of school if we were to keep running in like the third week of September or something. So there's a lot of chips in that game. But that's good. The big news today, which has not been it might have been released at 7:00 when I was supposed to start talking. Had a big meeting with Mark Dawson, and at the Division I regional this year, the junior dragsters will be running a double. So something to give back to the juniors. They're going to race the first race on Wednesday, Thursday, and then the second race on Friday and Saturday. So it's just us trying to make something up for the juniors who kind of lost their divisional race or their bracket finals this year. We're going to be running that double at Lebanon Valley, and I believe there's two other doubles. One at New Media is going to happen too, and I'm not sure if Cecil County's on with the double yet for the junior dragsters. Mark is supposed to release all that. He was supposed to release it tonight or tomorrow. That'll all be released for all the details on how those races are going to run.
Nice. You know, I know that the whole junior dragster thing is always a touchy subject. People either love them or hate them. But, you know, am I a fan of sitting down and watching them? No, I'm not. But are they absolutely critical for this sport to continue? I mean,
Absolutely.
that's a no-brainer, right?
I mean, look at your champs now. How many of them were junior dragster
exactly
in the beginning? You know, without that feeder program, they could have went go-kart racing, and they could be racing dirt modifieds or asphalt racing somewhere else. But you know,
they could be racing over on the dirt track instead of the straight line.
They could very easily.
Right? Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's tough. We hear people complain all the time about, you know, .90 cars suck. I can't stand watching them. Can't stand this class. Can't stand that class. I mean, you're not going to like every class that runs. But if you're a fan of the sport, you have to like what the diversity does for the sport. You know, when they came out with the .90 cars, what kind of window did that open up for people to be able to run divisional and national events that couldn't before that? You know, same thing with the junior dragsters. I mean, how do you further the sport without introducing that age group into it? You don't have to like it, but you're crazy not to support it because without them, we're kind of screwed.
Yep. So, I mean, that's kind of the big news from Division I today. Besides that, I mean, Lebanon Valley, we're a go as normal. The snow is all off the ground now. I am here, and I don't see no snow, so that's a good thing.
Nice.
It needs a good drying out. We do have a big spring cleanup coming on Saturday, April 11th. Anybody who wants to come on up, bring your backpack blowers, your gloves, whatever. We're going to get the place freshened up. That is not, once again, that is not an invite to bring and park your stuff here.
I was just going to tell you, and we could come park our stuff anytime we want now, right?
No. It's funny you say that. People said, don't be that. I put a post up, don't be that guy last week.
Yep.
And sure enough, Saturday afternoon, somebody decided to come and check out Lebanon Valley. And it had to be right before the banquet. And they drove through the back field right across the fields and left 6-inch divots right across both fields and then drove out of here. I mean, how stupid can people be? But, you know, I guess if you don't call them out.
Wanting to go check stuff out and look at everything, that's all fine and nice, but why not stay on the roads?
Yeah, no, they went right across the pit areas in the back.
Shortest distance between 2 points.
Yeah. So,
and if anyone knows anything about Lebanon Valley, has there ever been a time in mid-March, with the exception of maybe it being frozen, that it wasn't a swamp?
Absolutely.
I mean, why would you even think about doing anything other than staying on the roads?
I don't know. It's a good thing I bite my tongue a lot. I can tell you that.
and this is biting your tongue a lot. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. So, I mean, we're excited for this season. You know, the whole crew's coming back. You know, uh, they were already here. Matter of fact, Sunday, Derek, Keith, and BJ were out here, and they were scraping the paint off the starting line just to get the new paint down on the starting line. So we're looking for better weather to get up here and start doing a little bit here and there. But it's still cold up here and it's wet and it's we got some time. I mean, it's definitely not ready yet. So we just got to be patient and soon as parking is available, if it dries out enough and we get the spring cleanup done, it'll happen. But don't assume it. That's all I can say at this point because you never know. We can get in a rainy spring here, and you know it just makes it tough.
Sure. Yeah, no doubt.
Yep.
Any track improvements, any equipment upgrades, anything that you could share with us?
So we have a new top end truck, a new fire truck that we are currently building.
Very cool.
We're just about done with that project. Brandon was up here back in November, and we reground the starting line.
Nice.
Gave it, you know, I guess you could say went in for a quick haircut, you know, and just cleaned up a little bit. So that's already done. Anything happens to the track, nothing really needs to be done at this point right now. We did clean out, you know, people don't realize, but we did clean out some of the pits between the dike, I guess you call over the fuel depot. That was a problem backing up when it got heavy rain. We did put a piece of equipment in there back in December. We went from the river all the ways up to Route 20, cleaned out every beaver dam, every barrel, every gas grill, trees grown in there. All that's been pretty much cleaned out where we have a clean flow of water going down there.
Nice.
So got to finish. We got to wait. And of course, it got wet, and then we had to stop because we were tearing up the backfield, so we had to stop. So now we're waiting for it to dry to get another piece of equipment there just to re-manicure that. So,
Sure.
you know, hopefully Warren will be there with grass seed in his rake and planting all grass in this pit area again. And the Billets is going to put a new garden back there, herb garden or something. Who knows? Actually, the herb garden went back over where Kevin used to be, I think. The Billets would probably be tomato plants. But so yeah,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
as far as that, I mean, we're slated to do a major cleanup at the front gate as far as the campers that are out front when you first enter. Those are all supposed to be removed. The old Speedway Tower is supposed to be removed. All the buildings that are behind the clubhouse that were storage units, those are all supposed to be removed, and we're supposed to clean up all that area. I was told soon the snow is gone, we would get going on that. Well, the snow's gone, so
Snow's gone.
it's now my turn to ride the bull, I guess you could say. So I'll be on them this coming week to start cleaning. Most of the crew that went down south for the winter are back at this point, and the facility should be really starting to shape up as Mother Nature lets us do what we can do outside.
And how's Howard doing?
Howard's doing well. I mean, I talk to him a couple times a week, and you know, the first thing I always say is, Howard, how you doing? And the first thing he said, you know, it's not easy being 83 years old. You know, so it's an ongoing joke with him. I think that's his first sentence to everybody, but he's doing okay for an 83-year-old guy. I mean, he's getting up there in age. He's starting to show it a little bit, and And I've assured him that I am here for the long haul. I have his back to keep this place up and running for a minimum the next 10 years for my contract, unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say. But I mean, we have a good relationship. Yeah, me and Howard have a good relationship. I mean, he's like any business owner, you know, he's always worried about how much money's in the checking account, and but push comes to shove, if I need something, he finds that money for me and he gets it. So there's no complaints there. I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't know if I could work for anybody else besides him, knowing what you see going through other racetracks and how they handle their finances or how they perceive what they should be making over what needs to go into facilities. So
Now, are you gonna be on both tracks on Saturdays, or are you just gonna stay at the drag strip again?
I am strictly at the drag strip as of right now. I don't think you'll see me over the dirt track running the races or managing anything. I am there as support as far as what needs to be done to keep these doors open. I've taken on a lot of additional responsibilities in the past year with more to come. But like everything, it takes time to get everything right. You don't want to rush into anything. And we'll see what the future holds for me in general as with the whole facility.
Excellent.
Gotcha.
Well, we know the drag strip's got you locked in for another 10 years, so that's a good thing.
It's actually 9 years, 3 months now.
Not that
Okay.
he's counting at all.
Yeah. Good stuff.
But yeah, but everything's good.
Well,
So
Wayne, how about you put your car in drive and get the hell out of there? And we appreciate you
That's-
spending time with
that
us.
sounds great. I'm sorry I was late, everybody.
You're good.
That's all right.
I'll be a little bit better next time, and look forward to seeing everybody soon. And
All
guys,
good.
always thank you for having me on your show. You
Our
guys
pleasure.
are a great inspiration to a lot of tracks to get out there and put their stuff out there. And hey, a shout out to Gary Simmons, who took over Esta Dragway.
Yep.
And I told him whatever he needs, I will be here morally to support him. And it's hopefully Gary really gets that track going in the right direction. I don't consider Esta a competitor, but I consider them a sister track.
Sure.
So good luck to
Fair
them
enough.
this year, and New England Dragway too. I mean, I don't know what they really got for changes going on this year up there, but we got to support these tracks that are out on this coast. You get across the river, there's not much left anymore.
You got that right.
So,
That's for
all
sure.
right,
True.
guys. Well, good talking to you. Hope everybody
Thanks,
has a good
pal.
night.
Travel
And,
safe.
We'll see you guys all soon. Good night.
You got it.
Bye, Wayne. Have a great night.
Wayne Delmonte, everybody.
The man who does whatever it takes.
He does do that.
Yep.
That's for sure.
All right. So you asked for some results.
Yeah, national event.
Yeah.
You got national or
event.
babies?
I'm sorry.
You got national event or the babies?
Yes.
Okay, go with the national event. What do you got? Just
All
win
right.
and runner up.
NHRA Mission Foods kicked off the 75th anniversary 2026 season at Gainesville. The first race of 20 for the NHRA Mission Foods Drag Racing Series. Starting out with Top Fuel, hometown hero Josh Hart over Doug Coletta. How cool is that?
Yeah.
New team, hometown track, came out of the trailer and was like lightning fast, and then took home the Wally.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's the first time he ever qualified number one.
That I'm not sure of.
I thought that's what they said when I watched it. I'm not sure if I'm right or not, but
All right, funny car. Chad Green in the Ford Mustang over Alexis DeJoria in her Chevy Camaro. Now, what I think is cool, she didn't win, she came in second, but same deal, brand new team.
yep. Yeah,
I've
brand new
always, for
team.
whatever
She's under
crazy reason, thought Alexis DeJoria was very, very cool.
brand new team, first time under the John Force umbrella.
Yep. Let's see. Pro Stock, Matt Hartford over Greg Anderson. And Greg and his son actually went up against each other.
Second round, I believe.
I think it was second round, yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Greg got in the show on the last qualifying run. It was like they interviewed him. He's like, "Yeah, I almost did a good job of screwing up the debut of me and my son." I'm pretty sure he got in on the last run.
That's cool. Pro stock motorcycle, Richard Gadsden over John Hall.
Now,
Top alcohol.
John
Go
Hall
ahead.
is literally a hometown hero for me. Like
Really?
we went to the same high school. Yep, pretty cool.
Fair enough. Very cool. Top alcohol dragster, Jamie Noonan over Anthony Troyer. Top alcohol funny car, Sean Bellemure over Chris Foster. Excuse me. Comp eliminator, New York guy, Peter Diagnolo. Hey, he's a badass in that Chevy Cobalt, isn't he?
Yep,
I mean,
badass car, badass
unbelievable.
driver.
Yep. Peter Diagnolo over Matt Alvey. Super stock win, I think it was 109.
Got to be Fletcher,
Dan,
no?
Dan Fletcher
Yeah,
over another Division One shoe, Ken Hanley in the Chevy Cavalier.
yep.
Stock eliminator, Jeff Atkinson defeated Jim Marshall. Excuse me. Division One Super Comp racer Kelly Kondratic over Tim Willwood.
How about
Um,
you win your first national event and you get the silver Wally for it being 75th anniversary, and you get the Gator Trophy too.
yep,
That's
very
one hell of
cool.
a first. Boy, if you're gonna pick one national event to win, that's uh that's a pretty good way to stuff the trophy case quick.
Absolutely. Excuse me. Super Gas, Jason DeWitt over Stephen Fuhr. Top Sportsman, James Hinkle over Bruce Thaxton. Top Dragster, Jackie Bennett over Holden Loris. Pro Mod, Derek Menholt over the man, the myth, the legend, Lyle Barnett.
Who was a guest on the show?
Yep. Yeah, last year, I think.
Yeah, maybe 2 years ago.
Maybe 2 years ago.
Of course,
They all
I
blend
think
together.
that we've only been on for 4, and it's been like 10. So
You
don't
reminded
go
me of
by me.
something I gotta mention before we pack it in a few minutes. Factory stock, Ricky Horde over David Janik. Let me just check for comments here. None.
Probably,
All right.
probably 5 people correcting all the things I said wrong, if I had to guess.
Probably. So we have gone back and forth on how long the two shows combined have been on the air.
Oh yeah, combined I have no idea because I wasn't a part besides being a guest a couple of times. I'd had nothing to do with Wheels Up Radio.
All right. I stumbled across the picture from the very first live show that I ever did
Yep.
at Englishtown. 2015.
Wow.
That's the kickoff year, and the first live show that we ever did had. I want to make sure I get everybody. So please hold on for just 1 second.
11 years, huh?
11 years of this insanity. Let me just find the picture.
Dead air.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, could you at least play music in the background or something?
Let's see. Let's sing some Frank Sinatra while I search for this picture. There it is. All right. So the first person I want to mention who was also part of the show, but also was a huge, huge help putting it together was then Jeannie Linke.
I didn't know that.
Yep. She helped secure the area in the tower for us to have the show.
Nice.
David Smith, Division I photographer, took a
Yeah.
bunch of pictures for us. Katie Sapanic was a guest. Rob Jackson, Rob's Need for Speed,
Yep.
was part of the show. Allie Smith, now Allie
Portree.
Doll,
Or
Portree, yep,
yeah, Portree.
yep, Portree. And 18-year-old Amanda Boychesco. Talk about
So,
making a dude feel
so
old.
not that we want to stick her out or anything, but if she was 18 then and that was 11 years ago, it's pretty easy to figure out what she is now.
Yeah. And my occasional substitute host that I have set aside for this year for when you aren't available, Kelly Barberhill.
Kelly.
Yep. So those were the 5 ladies that were in our very first live show. I thought that
11,
I stumbled across that.
11 years ago.
Yeah, on a friend of mine's Facebook page, and I was just like, "Holy crap!"
And how long have you and I been doing this? Do you have any idea?
5 to 6 years, because we started this right after Tanya's medical issues, and that was in. She's going to be 7 years this year.
Wow.
Yep. So 99. Yep. So
Pretty cool.
yep. Very cool. Um. All right. I can't not do the baby gators. I feel horrible if I did. If I skipped them.
Yeah, because we got to mention our buddy.
Yeah. Excuse me. All right. Comp eliminator. Final round. Baby Gators in Gainesville. Ryan Pretty over Joe Maziris. Why is it the divisional guys that have the hardest to
Yeah.
pronounce last names? It's the national event guys, Smith, whatever. Let's see. Superstock, Justin Lamb over Evan Kowalski. Stock Eliminator, Cody Lane over Nanette Stein. Curious if she's related to Jerry Stein. Let's see. Super Comp, Tanner Theobald over Chris Forsyth. Top Sportsman, Jeff Gillette over Joe Stenard. Super Street, David Meyer over Dale Taros.
Okay.
I saw the hand gesture.
That's because whenever I see Super Street, I think of him, but he clearly was Super Gas.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
Actually, no. No. All right. Did we mess up somewhere? Super Street final round. I'm not even seeing his name.
You don't have results for Super Gas then, do
Oh,
you?
you know why? Huh? Because I'm stupid. That was oh my head. Hold on.
All right, let's make this easy.
That was Pomona.
You just announced all the Pomona.
I just announced
How do
all
we even
Pomona.
have anyone that watches us? This is such a train wreck.
It is. I'm a complete and total disaster. I need to go back to work so my brain gets back into
Thank God it's
action.
a Tuesday night and no one really has anything better to do.
Nobody listens to us anyways. All right, now
Mm-mm-mm.
Gainesville, Florida, NHRA Baby Gators Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series. I actually have it right because I actually paid attention. All right, in stock eliminator, Doug Lambeck. This one's I gotta go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Super Gas, Jim Perry over Tim Powell.
Wait a minute.
Oh, what Super Street?
Oh, so he won Super Street. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and the results are all jumbled all over the place too. That's not helping my cause of being a moron. Let's see. Top sportsman, Carl Freeman over Tom Patterson. I usually get this down pat by like June.
Perfect.
Top dragster, James Brown over Clint Riley. Novice junior dragster, Rhett Smith over Addison Williams. Advanced junior dragster, Avery Bolding over Lincoln McMaster. Intermediate junior dragster, Bo Smith over Hutch Harder. All right, now see this. All right, now I got to search for it. All right, there's Super Comp. All right, Super Comp again at the Baby Gators. Vance Houston over John LaBoose Jr. All right, they have the final as round 5
Okay.
with two different listings on it. So, anyways, our man from Division One, multi-time division champ in Super Street, racing Super Gas as well, and Mid Atlantic .90 Association. The winner and champion, Keith Mayers over Randy Whitener. I don't understand why they do some of this stuff sometimes. And then last but not least, Super Stock, Don Shuford over David Barton.
Cool.
And that's it. I give up.
Yeah, I'm guessing anyone watching probably is doing the same
They
thing.
probably said the hell of this guy's an idiot. I'm going back to bed.
Now, who do we have in 2 weeks? Rob, right?
Yes, Rob's gonna be in 2 weeks. Actually, I didn't know what your schedule was, so we reached out to a bunch of tracks on the East Coast and actually gonna have the owner from US 13 Dragway in Delaware on next Tuesday night.
Okay.
If you are not able to make it, I have an alternate co-host.
I should be able to make it. I will not be able to make the week after when Rob is on.
All right, not a
I
problem.
will be in FLA.
Nicholas Iwanak says we are great. Well, we beg to differ.
Yeah. He must have lost cable at his house or something.
He's on dial-up. He's still watching the beginning
Yeah.
before Wayne came on.
We appreciate the kind
God.
words, sir.
Yep. Thank you very much, Nick. We don't believe it, but you can.
Yeah, at least somebody does.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're out of here. Have a great night.
It's been
And
fun.
like I said, be back next week. Myself and possibly Pete or possibly my substitute guest, my substitute host. I mean,
Good
so.
times.
All right, boys and girls,
See
wherever
ya.
you're heading, drive safe. No more snow. See ya.